So, I'm going to do a presentation about waste. So I can define laboratory waste as any substance that has already been used properly. So when we talk about types of waste disposal, so we want to look at how we can dispose the laboratory waste. So before we look at those ones, let us look at types of laboratory waste. So the first type of laboratory waste are the general waste. So general waste, and these are mainly carbonaceous solid decomposers. They include paper and even plastics. The other type of laboratory waste are the sharp objects, which include needles, local gloves, and syringes. The third type of waste is what is called the chemical waste. They include acids, alkalis, solvents. Then we have wastewater. Wastewater simply means wastewater. And again we have radioactive waste, biohazard waste, poisonous waste, and even chemical waste. Then we need to look at some of the precautions that we need to take when we are disposing waste. For example, you need to handle waste using PPEs, things like gowns, goggles, and even rubber gloves. Then another thing, when we are disposing waste, we need to segregate waste into different bins. So each type of waste should be put in its own bin. The container again, the bin should be appropriately labeled. Another thing, bottle tops should be removed from bottles, that is before you dispose waste in bottles. Then lastly, uh, contaminated laboratory apparatus with specimens should be decontaminated before disposal. So that is that. So let us now look at the methods of disposing waste. So there are several. For example, we have the first one is burying in deep pit. So burying in deep pit can be done in three ways. You can do what is called a deep pit. You can also do what is called landfill, and then you can do what is called vermicomposting. The second method is what is called diluting and flushing into the drain. So this method is used to dispose acids. Acids before you pour them in the sink, you need to dilute them in sufficient quantity of water. The other type of waste disposal is burning, that is open burning. So here you burn waste in the open. For example, paper, you can burn them in the open. Then we have incineration. Incineration here, you burn the waste in a chamber. The chamber is what is called an incinerator. The incinerator produces a very high amounts of heat. Then we have what detoxification. So here, detoxification is used for disposing poisonous waste. For example, harmful liquids and solid things like acids or cyanides. They need to be detoxified before they are disposed. Then we have sealed containers. Now in sealed containers, this method is used for disposing of those waste substances that are likely to produce radioactive radiations, things like alkalis. So we dispose this waste in sealed containers which are airtight so that they don't act as an hazard in the atmosphere. Then we have sterilization. So here we use steam to eliminate any microorganism before we dispose that waste. We can do what is called autoclaving, or we can use dry heat. We can also use boiling as methods of sterilization. Then we have fume chamber method as a method of waste disposal. So this method is used for disposing toxic gases. The fume chamber has got a chimney that disposes the gases into the atmosphere. Then the secondary aspect is evaporation method. This one is used for disposing volatile liquids. And these liquids, you just put them maybe in a dish and then you expose them, they open, then they will turn into vapors and they will escape into the atmosphere. The last method of waste disposal is recycling or reusing. This method they can be used for disposing waste paper, rubber, and wood. They can be transformed through industrial processes into other useful products that can be used. So, plastic laboratory apparatus and glass laboratory apparatus can be washed, sterilized, and used. So, basically, when we talk about laboratory waste, we need to define what waste is. After defining waste, we need to know the principles or the precautions that we need to take when we are disposing waste. Then you need to know the types, different types of laboratory waste. Then the last thing, you need to know the different methods that can be used to dispose those waste. So thank you, and that is the end of my presentation.